See you here. We got that. Thank you for the recording. We're going to record this, all of you. Let's see who's still joining. We're going to wait as usual a couple of more minutes to have other people joining. There we go. Today we're going to take you to my city, Quito. Again, if there's any questions, you're welcome to put it in the chat box. At the end, we will check all of them, and if time allows, we'll give answers to most of, or hopefully all of them. You're also welcome, of course, to open your mic at the end of the presentation and show your video and ask your question directly. There's still people entering, so we just give it a couple of more seconds or a minute more. Jillian, Beata, thank you for joining. Walter, Jomi, nice seeing you all. Well, let's kick this off. Thank you everybody for joining this session on Quito with Quito Turismo as the presenter. We have Ruben Lara and Carlos Allende here with us. Ruben will do a short introduction and we'll play a video. Afterwards, Carlos will do his presentation. Thank you guys for joining us. Ruben, Carlos, please, the crowd is yours.
Thank you so much, Bram. Thank you for this time in this event. In sense of South America, it's very important for us to share to share with you the more important places and tourist offer of Quito. Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure for us to share with you what Quito, the capital of Ecuador, has to offer to its visitors. We want to show you in a visual way the main experiences that make Quito a different destination has to offer to its visitors. You are welcome to discover why your story begins in Quito. Let's watch a little video.
Welcome to the capital of the center of the world, a unique city located in the Andes at 2,850 meters above sea level. Throughout this journey, we invite you to discover the reasons why your story begins in Quito.
We are the main gate to a magical paradise of unique experiences, a destination with access from any part of the world.
We are here at the International Airport Mariscal Sucre in Quito. We have a 5-star modern airport, the only one in the Americas with the highest biosecurity standards. The International Airport Mariscal Sucre is located 40 kilometers away from the urban area. Don't forget to visit us here in the International Airport Mariscal Sucre in Quito.
Quito is the city of the middle of the world because we are located at the equator or latitude 0, the specific point where the planet is divided into 2 hemispheres. Even before the arrival of geodesic mission, our ancestors already knew that this land was the middle of the world. Quito is also a business center in Latin America. From here, You can organize spectacular events, incentive travels, and unforgettable experiences. Because here, everything comes together.
Imagine hosting your event in this impressive church La Compañía covered by gold. Quito offers to you more than 50 venues like this and other chapels, churches, and museums that are part of our cultural heritage and where you can organize an amazing event for you.
A modern and cosmopolitan city, Quito is a meeting place of cultures and traditions in the forefront of a globalized world.
This corner is the seat of Ecuadorian government and headquarters of the largest and the most developed corporations of Ecuador. We share with you a side of the financial sun of Quito.
In Quito, you will find all kinds of accommodations, from luxury to first class and boutique hotels, with over 11,000 rooms available for tourists and meetings and events.
Quito is a magical place where you will find unique experiences. Just 18 minutes away from the city center, we can ascend to 3,947 meters above sea level and admire the beautiful blue sky over the historic city. It's an ideal city to create unforgettable experiences and long-lasting memories. Try a short ride in a hot air balloon, horseback, riding, paragliding, camping in the Green Mountains, climbing on volcanoes, and trekking on amazing hiking trails. Finally, enjoy romance from the heart with a marriage proposal in Quito. What more could one ask for? The capital of city has 14 metropolitan parks with more than 200,000 hectares of green areas, ideal to carry out your events and congress.
Quito preserves a very own and unique gastronomy that includes a great variety of dishes, some of them as old as the city itself, and others at the forefront of the world trade.
Quito possesses an incomparable natural patrimony and biodiversity, being home to one of the 7 biosphere reserves recognized by UNESCO worldwide.
There is an amazing variety of endemic orchids and 404 varieties of roses that bloom along the avenue of the volcanoes, and that have been catalogued as the finest and most beautiful roses in the world. Its cultural richness and variety of rural population that keep alive the cultural legacy of their ancestors make Quito an appealing tourist destination.
A safe, active, and biosecure travel destination for everyone. All tourist activities, meetings, and events have strict biosafety protocols in place to protect your and everyone's well-being.
Here in the center of the world, you will discover everything you're looking for. A natural Quito, romantic Quito, a historical Quito, a cultural Quito. All of them make the 10+2 reasons why you have to make this city a mandatory stop to discover Ecuador. We wait for you with open arms, so together we can discover why your story and mine begin in Quito.
How about that? Thank you so much again for this opportunity and for your interest in knowing a little bit more about one of the richest destinations in terms of culture, history, biodiversity, gastronomy of all Latin America. As you can see, Quito is open again to receiving all of you and your clients. So we are open again to receiving with our open arms. I can tell you, for the people who visit our destination for the first time, it is really a very pleasant surprise to discover all that Quito offers, because it is much more than what people expect or can even imagine. As you can see, we have a diversity of experiences for all of you and your clients. So there is no reason why not to visit Quito very, very, very soon. But for now, then we can start a little bit more with our presentation and with all the videos that we have for you. And I know for many of you, it's almost lunchtime. And well, they say that another very effective way to get to know a destination is through the stomach. And speaking of gastronomy, Quito is a destination with a very large offer of unique flavors. Given its geographical conditions, there's a huge variety of fruits, vegetables mixed with ancestral recipes from the time of the Incas, because Quito was the last capital of the Incas Empire. And later, with the Spanish, that gave rise to a cuisine that little by little has become known in other parts of the world. Among the typical dishes, and you see a little bit of this in the video, is the locro or the papa, which is made out of melted cheese, potato, avocado, just to name one of the most traditional dishes. And remember that unlike other countries in the world, in this region, there's a great diversity of types of potato, which is the basis of many recipes. And gastronomy also has become a tourist product, since many restaurants and hotels have opened their kitchens so that tourists can learn how to cook typical Ecuadorian dishes from renowned chefs. So let's take a look at this video to show you a little bit more of what Quito can do to satisfy your appetite, literally. So please go ahead, Ruben, please. And once you're here, you don't want to miss the opportunity to visit maybe a local market to try traditional dishes such as Central Market, San Francisco Market, or some of our various well-renowned restaurants such Sasu, Chef Jerome, or Somos, just to name a few. And obviously, a very important part of Quito gastronomy, it is resources, is chocolate. Ecuador's cocoa is recognized as the best in the world, and visitors cannot live without having the experience of trying some of the various products made out of cocoa. Maybe we have several workshops where people can learn about the process of making chocolate and also can participate in tastings and pairings with products made of cocoa. So while you're in Quito, please take a note because you need to try the chocolate and the cocoa of the destination. And also, we have the nature, Ruben.
Thank you, Carlos. Well, Quito is also owner of a natural heritage too, declared by UNESCO in 2018 as a biosphere reserve, which is one of the 7 existing in the world. The surroundings of Quito offer the visitor natural landscapes surrounded by mountains, kelp forests, dry forests, and moorlands, which are the habitat of thousands of species of flora and fauna. They are also the ideal place for outdoor activities, just a few minutes away due to its proximity to the city. It's a very good option to do adventure tourism, adventure activities, ecotourism. You can do trekking, you can do rappelling and canyoning on the waterfalls in the northwest of Quito. In this moment, we are going to share with you a little video about us.
There's a great example of why Quito is one of the most mega diverse cities in our planet. Not only is the the world capital of birds because of its immense number of species. We have the largest concentration of birds by square meter in the entire world. We can go from to see huge condors to colorful hummingbirds. We have all the species of hummingbirds, the largest and also the smallest, and also is home to the spectacle birds, llamas, pumas, and other kind of experience. By the way, the spectacle bird is the only species of bird that still exists in South America. So you can watch it and experience very close from the destination. But other of the interest of the activities that we highly recommend for all of visitors is visiting the traditional neighborhoods of Quito, and not to miss the opportunity to visit the workshop of our artisans and learn about the magnificent products that they make with their workshop and learn how they work. This is another of the tourist products that Quito offers to its visitors. One of the examples of these activities is Manos en la Ronda, just located in one of the most outstanding tourist spots of Quito, the historical downtown. And this project is also an example of the talent of a group of artisans from La Ronda. This is a street that is located in the center of the city, which is located in two beautiful heritage houses in the historic center of the destination, where using silver, wood, metal, wax, and other elements, visitors also can create their own memories and get to know the historical craft and techniques that the artisans preserve with great skills. So let's take a look at this video.
Well, another good experiences that you can do here in Quito is visit the churches, the monuments, but with a different way, especially visiting little places that you can see another perspective about of the city. On the domes and towers of the heritage churches, you can see the landscape of Quito, and imagine having a gastronomic tasting on the domes, on the towers. It's a good option to visit Quito in these places. In this moment, we are going to see a little video about this experience.
Yeah, you can see there's many places and interesting buildings that we can visit here in Quito. Let's just remember that Quito was the first place in the world declared as a World Heritage by UNESCO in 1978. The historic center also is the largest and the best preserved in Latin America. There's a lot of magic in the Baroque colonialism. Also, this type of architecture is well recognized all over the world as the Barroco Quiteño, that endures in time with its golden churches, religion, traditions, and European indigenous syncretism. So there's a lot of places and monumental historic constructions that we can visit while you are in here. So also, just to give you an examples of the buildings that we saw in this short video is the Basilica San Francisco, which is it is structured is the largest architectural structure or complex in all the centers in America, and it even includes a main church, 2 chapels, an art museum, patios, catacombs, and even an old brewery. Can you imagine that? And also in the historical downtown of Quito, we can find another very famous building that is the Basilica Voto Nacional, which is the largest neo-Gothic church in America, just to name a few of other majestic constructions that we can visit. But also, if you have maybe corporate or events or very special clients who require events in very special places, most of the historical buildings in the city have facilities and spaces for holding all type of events. That can range from a request to a marriage to a meeting inside a convent or maybe a museum of the courtyard of a church. And speaking of new experiences, and especially speaking of love and romance, the center of the world is the ideal setting to celebrate love. There is no such well-preserved and romantic historic center in all Latin America than in Quito, with places such churches, museums, convents, old houses, museums. They are an ideal place for celebrations of romance or maybe a request, to celebrate even a wedding, enjoy the honeymoon or wedding anniversary. You can do it, and your clients can do it here. But there are not only places of romance in the center of Quito. Quito also offers spectacular settings for these dreams to come true. We have an infinitive variety of places full of life, romance, nature in the surroundings of the city, such as haciendas and world-class spas. But Quito is also a perfect destination, regardless of religious or spiritual practices. Here is the place to hold a memorable event. The city hosts an infrastructure where devoted couples can celebrate unique and repeatable marriages. So let's take a view and just an example of what Quito has to offer in terms of romance. Yeah, as you can see, Quito is a place where you can hold events of any kind, and also for romance. There are so many places in the destination to visit and to fall in love again. So we invite you and your clients to visit our destination. And also, Quito is full of traditions. As we mentioned before, we have a mix of syncretism of the modern, but also our heritage, indigenous and heritage, and a mix of the Hispanic culture that we have here. So that you can see it in all type of manifestations, like the folklore that you can live in Quito. And just to give you an example of what to watch and what not to miss while you're in Quito, here's a little bit short clip of one of the most traditional dances of Quito. Go ahead, please, Ruben.
Thank you, Carlos. Yes, traditions and culture are an essential part of this destination too. Here you can discover the warmth of its people and the most interesting artistic expressions, which will make your stay in Quito an unforgettable experience. Here is a short video that demonstrates what I mean. It's a good experience too.
Did you dance? This is just to give an example of that you can see and explore and find and watch and experience while you're here in Quito. This is a traditional dance, part of a folklore. But just to give you a resume, Quito is a place where you can find, I might say, whatever that you want, regardless if you want to experience some adventure, if you are looking for romance, history, architecture, family travel, Quito is a destination for everyone, and you will always be greeted to the with the open arms. And also, let's just not forget about that Quito is surrounded by natural areas. Quito blooms in the middle of the Andean mountain range. Its volcanoes and snow caps adorn landscapes and colossal mountains and traditional village painted over our character blue sky. You can see from everywhere in the destination some of the most incredible volcanoes surrounding the area. Here is where there is the place where start the famous Avenue of Volcanoes, named after Alexander von Humboldt adventure while there when he was in South America. Is a line that of volcanoes that cross all over our country. So it is the best place to watch this kind of adventures. And for all the love, the hiking, kayaking, doing some adventures in the nature, there is no place like Quito, I may say. And this is just to give you an example of why we call our slogan as a destination is your story begins in Quito, because Quito is not only a place to enter to Ecuador and discover what all our country has, but also is the door to one of the main entrance to all South America. So we invite you to explore Quito, and please, you are welcome, and your clients. And if you have any question, please just let us know.
Thank you so much, Carlos and Ruben. It seems like the perfect place on earth. And actually, I can tell you it is the perfect place on earth because I live here. No. It's I've chosen to live here, and truly Ecuador and especially Quito, with everything it has so close, is unique here in this area of South America. You cannot compare it to hardly any other country that you just in an hour and a half drive out of the country, you're out of the city. You're just in a complete different area with different climates, even different people dressing completely different gastronomies. And that makes Quito probably one of the best hubs for any incentive that could be done. And also for all your leisure travelers that would love to come and explore a UNESCO World Heritage like Quito and the surrounding areas that it has to offer. Truly unique. Quito, well, I'm yours. You got my attention. I decided to come here and stay here. Anyone who has a question, you're welcome to open your mic and ask a question to Carlos or Ruben, or type it in the chat box. If not, I might have a question for you, because Quito is the altitude of Quito. Do we have to prepare clients or passengers for the altitude? Do you have any recommendations about it? It seems quite high.
Absolutely, because you are right. Quito is one of the highest capitals in the entire world. So it's about more than 2,000 meters above the sea level. So some of the visitors, especially those who live very near from the sea, can experience maybe a little bit of dizzy. But as we say, the best medication for that is maybe, and just maybe, take a couple of aspirins, drink a lot of water. If they have time, once they arrive to Quito, is rest a little bit, just 1 hour, and they will be ready to explore the destination. Because be prepared with great physical conditions, because Quito is a place to explore by taking a walk, or maybe doing some bike tours, which is one of the favorites in the destination. But also we have a lot of other transportation, like the hop on hop off buses. So for those who don't want to walk a lot, but definitely that would be a recommendation for those who are experienced a destination as Quito in terms of altitude.
Fantastic. Well, I don't see any other question. I might ask you something about Quito and how you actually see Quito evolving, and like the old town of Quito has been like the first cultural heritage of mankind by UNESCO. That's unique, isn't it? What is going to be done to preserve that and make sure that is maintained?
The municipality and the government have made a tremendous effort to as you said, to preserve the downtown, which is I repeat it again because this is very important. This is the largest and the best preserved downtown in Latin America, and one of the most beautiful centers in the entire world. It's not saying by me, but for the people who visit our destination, it's around 40 blocks what are under these denominations. So this is just one of the 8 heritage sites listed by UNESCO that we have in Ecuador. Another one that is very close to the city is the Chocoandino Pichincha, which is a natural reserve, and it's very close to the destination, and it's the closest experience that any visitors can have without going farther to the Amazon. And there's also another place where you can find and meet all the flora and fauna that the Ecuador has. And just another tip is that almost a quarter of the entire country are protected areas. So when we talk about adventure and this encounter with Mother Nature, I think there is no other place in the world, best place in the world than Ecuador and Quito.
Fantastic. Well, Ecuador being a mega diverse country, being so small, it's like this little dot there on the map of South America, but we should make sure that and understand that it's a mega diverse country. So every single step almost that you take, or at least if you're an hour on a driving like driving an hour away, you will encounter complete different areas, and that's so unique about Ecuador. So I believe it's an amazing destination. It's an destination that needs a bit more push. So please help us, all of you, to push Ecuador and especially Quito a bit more into your product portfolio. Anything that you might need. Here we have some amazing products from Quito at Census. Please make sure to have a meeting with them. We have boutique hotels, we have experiences, we have Quito Turismo, who can also help you with further information and general information on the city and the surroundings of the city, because the area of Quito includes not only the city, it actually includes part of the cloud forest. It actually includes almost like the Cotopaxi, the Avenue of the Volcano is part of it. It really goes very far, and is the whole region of Quito has a lot to offer. And I invite you to explore and investigate more. If you don't want to investigate yourself, ask us. There we go.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to emphasize that information that you are telling us, is that in Ecuador we have more than 6,000 species of orchids. Can you imagine that? Almost 2,000 bird species, and more than almost 100 volcanoes in one of the largest mountain ranges in the world. The Andes, and 31 of those volcanoes are still active. So there's a lot of nature and resources that all visitors can go and explore while they're here. And also, just as you said, if you want more information about our destination, let's just not forget our website is visitquito.ec from Ecuador. So you can find all the information that you can find here, all the activities and attractions that we have for our visitors, and so many resources for of interest for you and your customers, you can find it in this website.
Let me just put that on the chat box, www.visitquito.ec.
Yeah, right.
There you go. Please copy, paste, and save, and you'll have it for on your browsers always. Well, if there are no questions, then thank you so much, Carlos. Thank you, Ruben, for this presentation and for taking us to this magical city of Quito. And all of you, I do hope to be able to welcome you someday here in the center of the world on the equator line, in a city that has stolen at least my heart. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Bram. Thank you for your time, and thank you for your invitation to this event.
Thank you, Ruben. Thank you all.
Thank you, Bram.
Have an excellent afternoon, all of you. Enjoy the next meetings. And tomorrow we'll have some very interactive sessions. We even have the Minister of Ecuador joining us as well on the session with the United Nations World Tourism Organization. So I invite you to join us on that session for sure. Thank you so much, and see you tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.